I was dealing with a married man, and that married man is Christian rapper Jalen. He had threatened to break my jaw when he got angry with me. I did not want to make this video because exposing his sin means I need to take accountability for my own. But at the same time, if I don't say something, there could be more women who fall into the same trap as me. We had been getting to know each other for 4 months before he ever disclosed to me that he was still legally married. When I say getting to know each other, I don't mean a text here and there. I mean literally being on the phone anywhere from 6 to 8 hours a day for multiple months. After he told me he was married, he then retracted that statement.
Let me tell you about an app called Free Cash. Free Cash is the #1 app worldwide, allowing users like yourself to make money off their phone for free. If you want to make $200 plus a week for free, download using my link in the description or the QR code on the screen. If you download now for free using my link or QR code, you will get a free $5 into your account for free. That's $5 for free, no requirements. So download Free Cash today to make easy, quick, and free money.
And said that he wasn't married.
Bro, what you mean? I hear you. Like, what does that mean?
Court records prove there's no way he could have known he wasn't divorced because he hadn't even responded to his divorce yet. So there's no way you can be divorced if you didn't respond. He then finally took accountability and said, I'm legally married, but we've been separated, so we're spiritually divorced.
Nah, that's crazy. Spiritually divorced is wild. But listen, if a man tells a woman that he's legally married and she stays with him, to me, she's just a bird. Because a virtuous woman wouldn't entertain a guy that's married because she understands that's a sin. Now, this is supposed to be a Christian woman, a woman who found God, but yet she's in the middle of chaos because she's messing with a married Christian rapper. See, everywhere a bird goes, regardless if it's the church, at work, wherever a bird goes, she will create chaos. Y'all gotta understand, like, birds love drama. That's how they function. So off rip, I know this is a bird because any woman who will mess with a married man after he told you he's married, shorty, you're who you are. You love the drama. Matter of fact, a bird will want a man more if she finds out that he's married. Because now she could play the game. It's like, oh, you saving women. Let me see if you gonna save me. So let me compete with your wife. Let me see if I could get a married man to give me more attention than his wife. Better yet, let me see if I could let him leave his wife for me. That's how birds think, man.
This is where I messed up. I was supposed to leave, but I was disobedient to God. I cared
Bruh.
more about my flesh. I cared more about being in love. I thought I could just wait and
In love, how? He got a wife. You're a side chick. What are you talking about?
it would be perfect. No, I was completely disobedient. And my disobedience caused for me to have to pay for it. And I also believe God even took me through that because I was a very prideful Christian during that season. I thought I was untouchable. Oh, I can't sin. How do you guys sin? You guys don't love God. Why can't you be
This
obedient to
shit
God?
is crazy.
And then my flesh was tempted and I failed. And I was brought through it because I remained disobedient. And everything in my life was falling apart because I lived in disobedience. I was in my big Israelite season. And what makes this even worse is during that entire time, he was always talking to other women and he would use Jesus as a way to pull them in.
See? Drama. Now, this is a married man. Why is she telling us that he was talking to other women? Why? This is what I'm saying. These women live for drama. They want to play the game. They want to compete. Regardless of where they are at, they going to play the game. A lot of these women leave the streets and go to church and stop playing the game in church. These women are chasing after dude. Just because he's married, just because he's put up, just because he got the title of a husband. And these are a bunch of single women out here who ain't got no man because they've been birds all their lives. Now they are playing the game in church. That's how it works. A bird never stopped being a bird, even though the last stop for a bird is the church. She just take her bird shit and put it in church. Now she's playing the game, she's competing. She's telling us like, oh, he was talking to a bunch of other women. Who cares? He's married.
I'm a man of God. He would pray for them, and he would never disclose to these women who were building feelings for him that he was married. Once I did leave, the night that I left, he got very aggressive with me. He was threatening me again. I called the police to make sure that I was able to leave the apartment safely. I called the police because a month prior he had threatened to break my jaw when he got angry with me, and I was not willing to take that risk to see if he was going to be a man of his word. I went and
So why you stay with him? After he made that threat, why you entertain him after that? So you found out that he was married, and then you claim that he threatened you, and you still stayed. Shorty, you love drama. You love toxic energy, man. That's the thing about a bird. A bird love toxic energy, bro. And if there's no toxic energy in the building, she will create it wherever she goes. Whether it's at her job, at school, at church, if there's no toxic energy in the environment and birds arrive, they will create toxic energy in that environment. It's in their nature every time. Facts.
booked a hotel somewhere, which was paid for by one of the women that he was dealing with because she had been lied to as well. She felt bad for me because she knew I was fully dependent on him. And I thought, okay, if I at least go to this hotel, I don't have to see him. I can just start getting out of this situation. Next morning, I went to a job interview, and he showed up in the parking lot at the job interview and told me he would follow me everywhere. I was
Drama at the job already. From church to the job. I just told you all, wherever a bird goes, she will always bring drama, chaos, toxic energy. It just is what it is.
absolutely terrified. I went upstairs, and the receptionist told me that my brother Jay had come to the office that morning and he was looking for me because he wasn't able to get in contact with me. That increased my fear, to say the least. When I left the interview, I went back to my car, and he was in the parking lot across the street waiting for me. When I left, he followed me. I got to a stoplight. He rammed into the back of my car twice and then followed me on a high-speed chase on the highway for 45 minutes. Even after all of that violent nonsense, some weeks later, he told me he was divorced.
All of that stuff is, I have my decree right here. Like, literally, it's in my lap. Literally, it's on my lap.
Then that was a lie because
Yo, this shit is crazy, bro. Nah, I'm saying, yo, let's think about it, right? She just told us he was chasing after me and he rammed his car into the back of my car. After all that transpired, he called her to tell her that he was divorced. Bro, see what I'm saying? This is the life of a bird, bro. It's just, the shit don't stop. It just don't stop. It just don't, and it just doesn't make sense.
There's no way that you can have a divorce decree if
Listen to
you're
this shit,
hearing
bro.
was in the parking lot across the street waiting for me.
Listen to this shit.
When I left, he followed me. I got to a stoplight. He rammed into the back of my car twice and then followed me on a high-speed chase on the highway for 45 minutes.
Did you call the cops? Did you make a police report? What did you do after that?
After all of that violent nonsense, some weeks later, he told me he was divorced.
But that stuff is, I have my decree right here. Like, literally, it's
This
in my
shit
lap.
is
Literally, it's
crazy,
on my lap.
bro.
Again, that was a lie because there's no way that you can have a divorce decree if your hearing gets canceled. I already know what he's going to say to this video. He's going to say that I'm lying. He's going to say that we were never in a relationship, which we couldn't have been, obviously, because we were married. He's going to say that, he left before the police came. He's going to say he was joking when he was threatening me. He's going to say that all he's, done is supported my career and cared about me and all these things. And he's going to say everything that I'm just saying is a blatant lie. But the reality is, if a man is going to lie about his marriage, what else would he lie about in order to save his platform? So I literally have nothing to gain from this. This is quite honest, pretty embarrassing. But I lived in disobedience by being in that situation, and I would be continuing to live in disobedience if I did not listen to God and speak on this situation, because he told me there's somebody who needs to hear this. So I just pray that none of God's daughters have to go through what I went through.
What?
And I also pray that God changes Jay's heart, that he radically shifts him into living in truth and honesty, and that more than anything, he just calls him to repentance.
Yo, lady, he doesn't want you. That's the bottom line. He's not trying to leave his wife for you. Get over it. You ain't got to get on TikTok and make these BS stories and try to put him in a bad light. It is what it is. He's not leaving his wife for your bird ass. That's just the bottom line. She said all that to say she loved toxic energy, and she done met this guy and made his life chaotic. That's all it really is. Let's take a look at this chick, bro, because it's like, bro, this shit is wild. Oh yeah, she one of those, bro. Yeah, she one of those. See, to me, like, you could tell the type of woman is by her tats. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a bird who thinks by going to church, it will erase her past. That's all this really is, bro. And just look at the type of guy that she's going for, the Christian rapper. Man. Fellas, man, be careful out here, bro. That's all I'm saying. Be careful out here, fam. These birds be thinking by joining the church, they are disguising who they really are. And as a man, you gotta really see right through it, because it's all a front to try to clean up their image. But this right here is exactly who this woman is. This image right here. Don't be fooled, fellas. Be wise. I'm out.
Imagine him in a hospital trying to deal with, and the baby's coming out.
Fellas, again, focus on yourself. That's what it is.